One of the things we could have improved was the picture quality of our film, because in some places it's a bit pixelated. This means that the audience can't really see the whole picture. It also distorts the characters a bit, and overall doesn't make it quite as good to watch.
Framing. There's a specific scene in our thriller opening where my face falls out of shot because I've been drugged. I think that alone has brought us down a little bit. We could have spent more time framing for the entire thing, but I think that's the main point. What I found from watching it is that one point where I faint and my face falls out of shot. I think if we could have angled it down a bit more, or maybe tilted the camera with my face, it would have been, or would have, ended up being looking a lot better than what it could have.
The dialogue scene between Danny and Jake was off. You couldn't hear their voices as much as you should have been able to, so we should have used the microphone for that scene so we could hear them more clearly.
Side, please. Cheers. How much?
Don't lie to me now.
Cheers. Setting. I think one of the key points here is the setting for our bar scene, which wasn't a bar, it was in fact a back garden, which I'm sure those of you who have seen it will know or guessed. That wasn't meant to be the case. We were meant to shoot it all and mainly on the night of the gig, but having got there, we realised that there wasn't actually a really suitable place to shoot the bar scene. There wasn't an actual bar. There was loads of kids running around. It wouldn't have been very legitimate to film there, so we had to kind of think on our feet.
Also, we could have improved the lighting. Again, the dialogue scene between Danny and Jake was only had one light, and that was at the porch light, because it was just one light facing them.
My group spent a lot of time working on the transitions between shots, the cuts, the fades. I felt that in general our cuts and our fades kept the continuity, nothing was out of place. We kept to rules like the 180-degree rule. In our preliminary we bent the 180-degree rule, so in this one we really wanted to make sure we stuck to it and really kind of obeyed every rule that we possibly could.
To the 180-degree rule, which allowed continuity. So nobody got confused, so if the camera jumped to one side to the other, it would have made it look a little bit confusing to the audience. But
in our film opening we used a unique title. We also used an effect called kerning. This means the letters on the title spread apart over time. Before, this would be a nice feature to have, just because it showed a bit more technique. Our title also stood out quite well because it was white on black, and this makes it clear, and also it suits our genre of thriller.
Good cuts for the chase scene, making it faster paced. It was, I don't know. No, it just kind of captured the audience's attention more as the chase was getting faster and faster, I suppose, until it built up to the end bit where, of course, Jake was captured by the hitman.
The soundtrack alone fitted well with the whole gig scene, the whole feel of the gig. And I think the use of sound was good, as our sound bridge from the chase scene to the bar scene was helped to really fit the bar, the gig in with the thriller. It really helped to set the scene for the gig.